Now moving on to our next concept in this particular topic. Now see here, sir. Suppose I am 100% sure that we have learnt geometry, and in geometry we have learnt several things. Suppose for example we have learnt triangles, and then we have learnt, probably I can say that in triangles we have different varieties again. Suppose I can say it is circumcenter, or it is incenter, circumcenter I can say, or it is incenter I can say, or we have also learnt probably orthocenter with respect to the altitude. These are some of the things what we have learnt in geometry. But the topic what we are discussing right now is coordinate geometry. What is the difference between these two? Geometry is nothing but visual representation, that means diagrammatic representation of a particular figure. The coordinate geometry is nothing but the same topics whatever I have mentioned here on the screen, the same topics. If I represent in terms of coordinates, if I represent them in terms of x and y coordinates, then these can be studied under a separated concept called as coordinate geometry, with all these subtopics of triangle, circumference, or whatever it is. Suppose for example, let us move on. Let us start with our first important thing in this beautiful geometry concept called as triangles. Now I am sure that there is a point. Suppose this is my first point, I will call it as A. I will represent it with coordinates x1 comma y1. This is my second point B. I will represent with x2 comma y2 as its coordinate. This is my another third point C. I will represent it as x3 comma y3. Now these are the 3 points which are available for me with their coordinates. I am sure that you know the meaning of coordinates x comma y. I told you several times in my previous classes on coordinate geometry, saying that from your home origin you have traveled toward the positive x-axis. That much of distance, x distance you have traveled, and you have traveled toward the positive y-axis for y distance. That will give you a point called as x comma y. Similarly, I got these 3 points: A x1 comma y1, B x2 comma y2, C x3 comma y3. What is the triangle? We will not go in detail about what is the meaning of triangle, all those things, properties of triangles. We will not go in this coordinate geometry topic in detail, because that is the thing which we need to learn in geometry topic. Let us not combine that topic completely in detail and waste too much of time in solving coordinate geometry problems. Triangle is nothing but a closed figure where it is the combination or the join of 3 points. If I join these 3 points A, B and C, there is a closed figure which I will be getting, and that closed figure is nothing but a triangle, which is a simple definition for a triangle is what I said. And because I am representing this triangle with the coordinates of individual points, this is coming under a topic called as coordinate geometry. That is the only difference, sir. That is the only difference. Now, area of the triangle. How will you find the area of the triangle? I am sure that this representation also many people will know it. The area of triangle is given by, it is not the modulus here, sir. It is the determinant what I am finding. Area of the triangle is, first of all, it is half into, it is 1 by 2 into, area of triangle is nothing but given by the notation 1 by 2 into, this is x1, x2 and x3, and the middle values are y1, y2 and y3, and the ending values are 1, 1 and 1. That means if the coordinates of 3 points are given, this is how you will find the area of the triangle. Half into determinant of x1, y1, 1, x2, y2, 1, x3, y3, 1. How will you find the determinant, which we have studied in our 12th class or 11th class? So determinant can be found out as, this is plus minus plus. First take this x1. If I take this x1, forget about that particular column, forget about that particular row. Remaining things are y2 1 and y3 1. Do cross subtraction. That means cross multiplication with subtraction in between. Y2 into 1 is y2 minus y1 y3 into 1 is y3, that is x1 term multiplied with x1. Next, it is minus y1 for the second term. I believe that you all know how to find the determinant. It is minus y1. When you are taking the y1 term, forget about that particular column, forget about the row where y1 is present. x2 into 1 is x2 minus x3 into 1 is x3. Similarly, it is plus into 1. So plus into 1 is 1 itself, and the last term is, forget about that column and row, x2 y3 minus x3 y2. I believe it is clear. x2 y3 minus x3 y2. But I want to arrange it in a little reasonable good way so that it will be easier for us to remember. So area of the triangle when the three coordinate values are given is given by half into, can I say that if I take x1 common factor, it will be y2 minus y3. Similarly, next if I take x2 common factor, what are the terms which should be there inside the bracket? With x2 y3 should be multiplied. Yes, I will multiply y3 with x2 minus y1 also should be multiplied. So I will multiply minus y1. Similarly, if I also take x3 common factor, what are the terms should be there inside the bracket? x3 means minus y1 into minus x3 is plus x3 y1. So y1 should be present, and with x3 minus y2 should be present. In simple language, area of the triangle with coordinates x1 comma y1 x2 comma y2 x3 comma y3 is given by the notation half into x1 times of y2 minus y3 plus x2 times of y3 minus y1 plus x3 times of y1 minus y2. I believe that this is very clear for you people. Very simple, sir. If it is x1, move forward with the other two numbers, next consecutive two numbers, 2 and 3. If it is x2, move forward with next two consecutive numbers, not 3 and 4. You have only three numbers, 1, 2, 3. So go back again. It is 3 and 1. If it is x3, next it is 1 and 2. In a cyclic order is what I am trying to say you people. I believe that this basic concept of triangles in coordinate geometry topic is very clear for you people. Now let us take some examples or some questions for you to understand better. Suppose, let me write this question. If the vertices of a triangle, are 2, 3, 5, minus 4 and 1, minus 3, then if the vertices of a triangle are 2, 3, 5, minus 4 and 1, minus 3, then the triangle cannot be which type of triangle? Then the triangle cannot be which type of triangle? It cannot be equilateral triangle, or it cannot be isosceles triangle, or it cannot be right angle triangle, or it cannot be scalene triangle. Like that, some options will be given. So let us find which triangle it cannot be if these are the vertices of the triangle. Now see here, sir. Think little logically. You will get the answer. 2, 3 is 1 point. 5, minus 4 is another point. 1, minus 3 is the another point. Diagram is not drawn to the scale. I am just representing with 3 points. 2, 3, 5, minus 4, 1, minus 3. 2 and 3. What are these numbers? These are rational numbers. What is the meaning of a rational number? Rational numbers are numbers which do not have any surd. That means it will not have any square root or cube root or nth root. Such kind of numbers. 2, 5, 9, minus 7, minus 15, minus 23. All these numbers are rational numbers. Rational numbers are nothing but which does not consist of a surd. In simple language, if I want to say, that means 2 and 3 are rational numbers. 5 and minus 4 are rational numbers. 1 and minus 3 are rational numbers. That means, can I say that the vertices of triangle which is given in this question, all the vertices are rational numbers. All the vertices are rational numbers. Think logically. This is the area of the triangle, right? This is the area of the triangle just now we discussed. With this area, whatever I have mentioned, if I substitute all these x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3 as rational numbers, my area will also finally be a rational number. Will it be a surd? If I substitute rational numbers for x1, y1, x2, y2, x3, y3, will the area become a third value? No, there is no third at all in x1, y1, x2, y3, x3, y3. So area also will be a rational number. That means in general, for any triangle in general, if the vertices are rational number, then area is also rational. Number. I hope this point is very, very clear. Sir, how can you prove that? If the vertices are rational number, area will also be rational number. I just now showed you, right, sir? In this area, substitute x1, x2, x3, y1, y2, y3 values. What are the values given in this question? 2, 3, 5 minus 4, 1 minus 3. All these are rational numbers. If I substitute those rational numbers in this place, area, will it be a non-rational or an irrational number? No, it will not be a third. It will not be square root term. The area also will be some rational number itself. But little logically thinking, think little logically, sir. For an equilateral triangle, if I take, let me take an equilateral triangle for example. For equilateral triangle, area is given by root 3 by 4 a square, where a is any side, right? Or a is a side, all the three sides are equal in an equilateral triangle anyway, right? Area is given by root 3 by 4 a square. Now this a, it can be a rational number, or it can be a non-rational number or an irrational number. Suppose, for example, if a is a rational number, I told you that the vertices, if the vertices are rational, then definitely area should also be rational. That is the condition which I am saying. This is a very, very important condition for any triangle in general. If vertices are rational, area is also rational. That means, suppose if I substitute a value with some rational number, 2 or 4 or 6 or whatever it is, if I substitute area with some rational number, so a with some rational number, will the area be a rational number? No, area will become an irrational number. That means, for any rational value of a, for an equilateral triangle, for any rational value of a, area is an irrational value. I hope you are getting my point. For any rational value, what is the meaning of rational value? In simple rational values, assume it as integers. You substitute any integer value for a here and simplify. Because you have this term called as root 3, which is a third, area also finally will be a third itself. That means, if the vertices are rational number, then the triangle cannot be an equilateral triangle. Why it cannot be an equilateral triangle? Because if I substitute a rational value for side A, then the area is not becoming a rational number. That means it is not valid for one type of triangle called as equilateral triangle. Which triangle it is not valid is the question. Answer for this question is what? Equilateral triangle. I believe that this basic beautiful understanding is very, very clear for you people, sir. Next, moving further, suppose, now see here, sir, see this note. Suppose, for example, I have a point. I will call this point as x1 comma y1. I have another point. I will call this point as x2 comma y2. I have another point. I will call this point as x3 comma y3. Now, I will join all these 3 points. If I join these 3 points, this first 2 points I joined, second and third point also I joined. I joined all the 3 points whatever I have mentioned on this in this particular screen. When I joined all these 3 points, did it form a triangle? What is a triangle, sir? Triangle is a closed figure formed by joining 3 points. Triangle is a closed figure. But is this a closed figure? No, it is not closed anywhere. It is an open figure, right? It's an open figure. That means when I join these 3 points, it is not forming a triangle. But another thing what we need to identify here is, all the 3 points, they are lying on the same line. They are lying on the same line. This black color line, whatever I have drawn here, all the 3 points are lying on the same line. Such kind of points are called as collinear points. What is the meaning of linear? Linear is nothing but line. What is the meaning of co? Co is nothing but same. That means if the points lie on the same line, then it is called as, then the points are called as collinear points, right? Then the points are called as collinear points. But what is the other thing which I told you, sir? If the 3 points are collinear points, can it form a triangle? No, it cannot form a closed figure. It cannot form a triangle. That means, what is the meaning of it cannot form a triangle? It cannot form a triangle means area is not there. There is no area for this open figure. Area is nothing but 0. That means, can I say that what is the condition for 3 points to be collinear? What is the condition for 3 points to be collinear? 3 points to be collinear. Simple. First of all, what is the area of triangle? We just discussed a couple of minutes before. Area of triangle with 3 points forming closed figure is, it is half into x1 times of y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2. This is the area of triangle formed by joining 3 points. But can I say that the 3 points are joined, but I could not form a triangle because they are collinear points. They are all lying in the same line. They are collinear points. If the 3 points are collinear, then there is no triangle formed and therefore the area becomes 0. That means if the 3 points are collinear, area is 0. 0, this right hand side half. If this half is cross multiplied with left hand side 0, that also will become 0 into half 0. That means very, very important point. Condition for 3 points to be collinear is x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2 should be equal to how much? It should be equal to 0. Very, very important condition. You will usually by heart this condition, but I told you not to by heart because I have given you the proof of that also in a very simple language. I hope the idea is very, very clear, sir. If the 3 points are collinear, that means area is 0 because they cannot form a triangle. Simple. If area is 0, that left hand side a value make it as 0, half also multiply, cross multiply with left hand side 0, and thereby that also will become eventually 0, and right hand side time keep it as it is. Simple. x1 into y2 minus y3 plus x2 into y3 minus y1 plus x3 into y1 minus y2 should be equal to area 0. That is the condition for 3 points to be collinear. Now let us solve one question based on this collinearity. Suppose if the question is, if 3 points P comma Q, M comma N, and the third point is given by P minus M comma Q minus N are collinear. If the 3 points are collinear, that means they are giving that these particular given 3 points lie on the same line. That is the meaning of it. Then which of these 3 conditions satisfy? First condition is PQ is equal to MN. Second condition is NP is equal to MQ. and the third condition is the NQ is equal to MP. Which of these three conditions will satisfy? Now first of all, these are collinear. That means my first point is P comma Q. Second point is M comma N, and my last point is it is given as P minus M comma Q minus N. This is my third point. Collinear means they lie on the same line. They lie on the same line. That is the meaning of collinear. That means, can I say that this is the diagrammatic representation? Now, how to derive which among these three is the right one? Now see here, very simple, sir. Can I say that because all the 3 points are lying on the same line, the slope of any 2 points, the slope of the line should be same, right? Simple. Slope of the line should be same because it is one complete line. There are 3 points which are joining those line, that line. Simple, right? Slope of the line should be same. That means the slope of the line, joining the first 2 points, slope is given by y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1 if it is point form. That means in this y2 is nothing but n, y1 is nothing but q, divided by x2 is nothing but m, x1 is nothing but p. Slope of this particular line is nothing but n minus q is equal to m minus p, right? N minus q is equal to m minus p. This is the slope of this green color line, whatever I have drawn. Similarly, the slope of this line what I am drawing right now in red color, or you don't want to take that line, sir, that's okay. You can take the entire line. You can take from starting till the end. This from here to here if you want to find the slope. That is also okay. Slope of this line, it is given by y2 minus y1. y2 is q minus n minus y1 is q. q minus q cancels, it is minus n. x2 minus x1, p minus m minus p. P minus p cancels, it is minus m. So finally it is n by m, right? It is n by m. But can I say that slope of this green color line is equal to the slope of the entire red color line, because it is the same straight line. The straight line is not changing to some other direction with some angle theta or whatever it is. It is the same straight line. That means this particular n minus q by m minus p can be equated with this particular n by m. I hope you are getting the point. n minus q divided by m minus p can be equated with the other slope called as n by m. This can also be written, left hand side can also be written as q minus n divided by p minus m. I took a negative common factor in both numerator and denominator, cancel that negative. Why did I do like this? Cross multiply and simplify. This is mq minus mn equal to np minus mn. Left hand side negative mn will cancel with right hand side negative mn. You are left with mq is equal to np. This is the condition if these 3 points which are given in the question has to be collinear. Answer for this question is mq is equal to np, which is my option B. Excuse me. Next concept. Please write down the heading, sir. Centroid of a triangle. Centroid of a triangle. All these things we have learnt in detail in our geometry class. We will not go too much in detail, but we will go to little bit of understanding of this concept in this particular class. Now see here, there is a point A, x1 comma y1. There is a point B, x2 comma y2. There is another point C, x3 comma y3. If I join these 3 points, I will form a triangle. I hope this part is clear for you. Joining of these 3 points will form a triangle. Now what I will do is from this point A, I will draw a line. Suppose this is a point D. This D, if it is midpoint, how do you find the midpoint between B and C? D is the midpoint of B and C. It is the midpoint formula. I already taught you the midpoint formula in my earlier classes of coordinate geometry. It is the first coordinate of x plus first coordinate of y divided by 2. Sorry, first coordinate of x here divided by 2. That means in this case it is x2 plus x3 divided by 2, comma y2 plus y3 divided by 2. I hope this part is very clear. Midpoint formula is what I am using between B and C. That is represented as point D. Now in this particular line AD, this point, the point where this is the line AD, whatever I have drawn is called the median, right? It is called the median, and this point is called the centroid, which is nothing but represented by capital G. This is nothing but centroid, or other way you can say that it is the center of gravity. That means the point of intersection of 3 medians. This is one median. From this point B, if I draw another median, from this point C, if I draw another median, the point of intersection of 3 medians is nothing but centroid, and the centroid G divides this median always in the ratio 2:1. That means AG and GD ratio should definitely be in the ratio 2:1. There is no doubt about it. If it is not in the ratio 2:1, then definitely that is not the centroid. Simple way of understanding. Now if I use internal division formula, let me use internal division formula, which we have already discussed. Internal division, external division, all those things we have already discussed, sir. I will make use of internal division because it is dividing in the ratio 2:1 internally. Simple language, right? So because it is dividing internally, I will make use of internal division, right? Simple way of understanding. That point G is given by internal division, generally is given by mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. Sir, how it is derived, all those things I have already discussed in the same topic of coordinate geometry. You can refer, you can revise again. So this G finally can be written in this format as, think logically, sir. This G is dividing point A and point D in the ratio 2:1. M value is 2, N value is 1. That means M plus N denominator in both the cases will become M plus N, 2 plus 1, 3. Now here can I say that x1 x2, this is x1 comma y1, this entire thing I will represent it as x2, for example, this entire thing as y2. That means m x2, m is nothing but 2 into this entire value. This 2 and this 2 will cancel. You will be left with x2 plus x3 plus n value is 1 x1, x2 plus x3 plus x1, or I can write it as x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 2 plus 1, 3. Similarly, the other value after the comma is y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. I hope you are understanding how this is derived in the most easiest way possible. That means the coordinates of centroid is given by the notation x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. I hope the proof is also very clear for you people. Now let us solve couple of questions based on this centroid concept what we have discussed just now. Now see here, sir. Let me write the first question for you. This is your original question which came in year 2017. Suppose there is a triangle. Like this. The coordinates of triangle A, it is given by the coordinates 3, 1. B is given by 4, 5 as the coordinates, and the coordinates of C, it is not known. That is my question. What is the coordinates of C is the question. And there is a centroid. The coordinates of centroid G is given by 13 by 3, 13 by 3. This is the coordinates of the centroid. What are the coordinates of point C is the question. Simple logic, sir. Let us not complicate things. Can I say that this G is given by first coordinate of G is x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. This is the first coordinate of G, and that is given in the question as 13 by 3. That means, can I say that this 3 will cancel out? x1 plus x2 plus x3 is nothing but 13. But x1 is 3, x2 is 4. So it is 3 plus 4 plus something should give me 13. 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus which number is 13? 7 plus 6 only is 13. That means coordinates of C. First coordinate of C is 6. I got to know the first coordinate of C. But that means check out your answer options. Have an eye on your answer options now. If your answer option is having only one option with the first coordinate as 6, mark it and move ahead with the next problem. Don't even calculate the second coordinate. But if you want to have the second coordinate of centroid is usually given by y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, and it is given in the question as 13 by 3. 3 again cancels. y1 value is 1, y2 value is 5. 1 plus 5 plus something should give you 13. 6 plus something should give you 13. That something is 7. Answer is 6, 7. In fact, you don't need to write all these things, sir. I wrote it for your understanding. There is no rule for you to write all these things. Kindly avoid writing all these things in your examination. Please avoid writing all these extra steps in your examination so that you will save a lot of time. By looking into the diagram itself, you can tell that the x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3 is 13 by 3. 3 will cancel out. Sum of first two coordinates is 3 plus 4, 7. The other should be 6. Then only it is 13. So you got it. Immediately look at your answer option. If there is only one option with the first coordinate as 6, mark it. If there are two options, then continue further with this particular part in your mind. Don't dare to write all these things in your paper and waste your time in your examination hall. I believe that it is very clear for you people. Next. Now see here. Let us understand with another question in this centroid concept. Suppose if x minus 2y plus k equal to 0, if x minus 2y plus k equal to 0 is the median of a triangle. That means the equation of the median, median is a straight line basically. The equation of the median is given as x minus 2y plus k is equal to 0, and the triangle vertices are given as whose vertices are minus 1, 3, 0, 4, minus 5, 2. Vertices also are given. Then find the value of k. find the value of k is the question. Now see here, this is again a very easy question, sir. Can I say that? Let me draw a triangle for your better understanding. If I write a triangle, this is minus 1 comma 3, this is 0 comma 4, and this is minus 5 comma 2. Now can I also say that the median is nothing but it is a straight line which is a point of intersection of three centroids, right? It is a point of what is that? Centroid is nothing but the point of intersection of three medians. I am telling the reverse of it, sir, right? This is the point of intersection of three medians, and that g value can be found out as x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3, minus 1 plus 0 is minus 1, minus 1 plus minus 5 is minus 6, minus 6 by 3 is minus 2. Similarly, y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3, 3 plus 4 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, 9 by 3 is 3. Centroid centroid coordinates is minus 2 comma 3. Now can I say that one of the straight line equation, suppose assume that this straight line equation is x minus 2y plus k is equal to 0. The straight line which is nothing but this is the straight line x minus 2y plus k is equal to 0. But when I am drawing the straight line, I understood that that straight line is passing through this median centroid. The straight line is passing through this centroid, and the point coordinates of that centroid is minus 2 comma 3. That means I can say that because the straight line is passing through the coordinates of that centroid, I can substitute x value as minus 2 and y value as 3 in this median equation, so that it satisfies the equation. X is minus 2 into y is 3 plus k is equal to 0, minus 6 minus 2 is minus 8 plus k is equal to 0. K value should be how much? 8. What is the value of k is the question? The value of k is 8 for this particular question. I believe that these are all very easily understood, sir. Now, just now we understood centroid. Let us move forward. Let us now understand in center of a triangle. Again, a very important topic. Again, we will not go too much in detail about this particular in center, because that is the thing what we have learnt in geometry. Suppose this is point A, x1 comma y1 is the coordinate. Point B, x2 comma y2 are the coordinates. Point C, x3 comma y3 are the coordinates. This is the side which is opposite to capital A. I will represent it as small a. Side opposite to capital B, I will represent it as small b. Side opposite to capital C, I will represent it as small c. This is in center. In center, all the definition we have in detail studied in our geometry class. In center, directly I will give the notation is given by the notation ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 divided by a plus b plus c, comma ay1 plus by2 plus cy3 divided by a plus b plus c. Very easy to remember, sir. I can say that the centroid notation is x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 1. In place of 1, I am writing as ABC. ax1, bx2, cx3, a plus b plus c. Same. y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 1 plus 1 plus 1. In place of 1, 1, 1, I am writing ABC here also. Simple. Very easy to remember all these notation. There is no proof also required. Do we require proof? Actually, no. Our intention is to clear this competitive examination. Let us not use all those methodologies of proving all these things. I will tell you the proof when it is required, but it is not actually compulsorily required for you people. Now see here. Let us solve one question based on this in center concept. Suppose your question is find the coordinates of in center of a triangle. Find the coordinates of in center of a triangle, and the vertices of triangle are given. Whose vertices are? Find the coordinates of in center of a triangle whose vertices are 0, 0, second is 0, 3, and the last point is 4, 0. Now see here, sir. Let us represent it in a coordinate axis. This is x axis, this is y axis. The 3 points which are given are 0, 0, which is nothing but my origin, right? Which is origin. 0, 3, y coordinate is 3, x coordinate is 0. This is my point 0, 3, 4, 0. X coordinate is 4, y coordinate is 0, 4, 0. If I join these 3 points, I will get a triangle. I will get a triangle like this. Diagram not drawn to the scale. Kindly bear with us, sir. I will get a triangle like this. So let me name this triangle. This is point A, this is point B, this is point C. From 0 to 4 units, the distance is 4 units. From 0 origin, this y coordinate distance is 3 units. Now, same logic, sir. What are the coordinates of in-center is the question. Simple. In-center is given by the notation ax1 plus bx2 plus cx3 divided by a plus b plus c. Right? That means a value, okay, this is 3, this is 4, this is a right angle triangle, hypotenuse should be 5, right? That means, can I say that ax1 plus bx2, first of all, this is x1 y1, ax1, a is 5x1 plus x2 y2, bx2, b is 3 into x2. What is x2 value? 4, right? x2 value is 4 plus cx3. x3 value is how much again? 0. 4 into 0 divided by a plus b plus c. It is 5 plus 3 plus 4, right? It is 5 plus 3 plus 4. Similarly, a y1, it is 5 into y1 is 0. A b y2, 3 into y2 is also 0. C y3, C is nothing but 4 into y3 is how much? 3 divided by 5 plus 3 plus 4 again. If I simplify this, you will get this is 0, this is 0, 12 divided by 12 is 1, this is 0, this is 0, 12 divided by 12 is again 1. In center coordinates for this question is 1, 1. Very, very easy questions you will get in these concepts, sir.